This is the story of me, a guy who dreamed of becoming a boxer, but never made it. I almost ruined everything. But even after all that failure, I still won in life. Throughout this story, there's one line I kept repeating to myself, a line that kept my faith alive when I wanted to give up. I'll share that line with you later in the video. So stay with me. I had one dream, just one, to become a champion. Not rich, not famous. I didn't care about crowds or cameras. I just wanted to be someone. A fighter, a name people respected, a man who didn't give up. From the time I was 7, I trained with my best friend. We were inseparable, punching bags, push-ups, road work, discipline. We swore we'd rise together. 2 kids from nothing, we'd make it to the top. And then he started winning. Fights, sponsors, interviews. He became everything we dreamed of. And me? I kept losing. I trained harder, slept less, fought through injuries, but no matter how hard I tried, I kept failing. And then came the night. I broke. I stayed late at the gym after a bad loss. The place was empty. Just me, the sound of my breath, and the echo of gloves hitting air. I stood in front of the mirror, looked at my swollen eyes, my busted lip, my taped-up knuckles. And I snapped. Why? I shouted. I cursed my body. I hated myself for not being stronger, faster, better. I said, God, why would you give me this dream, only to humiliate me? That's when I saw him. An older man, maybe in his 50s, standing in the corner. He must have been watching. He walked over quietly, didn't say much, just handed me a card and said, "You've got something. It's just not what you think it is." Then he left. I didn't understand, but something in me trusted. A few days later, I followed up. Turned out, he worked for a video game studio. They were building a new boxing title, and they needed people who understood the fight, not just the sport, the soul of it. I joined, and I loved it. I was surrounded by designers, animators, storytellers, people who cared, who dreamed. For the first time, I wasn't trying to win, I was trying to create. I helped shape the game. I met real champions, sat with legends. I led marketing projects. I sponsored events. I started becoming whole. And somewhere along the way, I realized I didn't lose. I just changed rings. And that's when I learned what this story is really about. This is the power of faith. Where it leads is almost never where you expect. One day, my time will come. That was the line I kept telling myself, even if I didn't know how. I just believed. Years later, I got a call. My old friend, the champ. He was broke. His knees were shot. No insurance. No savings. No one around. He had won the fights, but lost himself. And me, the one who thought he failed. I had a team, a career, a purpose. I had peace. I used to think faith was believing God would make me strong enough to win. Now I know, faith is trusting Him when He lets your dream die. I begged God to make me a champion, but He didn't. He made me a builder, a healer, a leader. He didn't say yes to the fight, because He was preparing me to win at life. Sometimes, the greatest victory is surrendering the fight, so God can give you a life you never saw coming.